Okay, so this is day 1 of the journaling challenge. And what I want to do is set the scene for journaling. So in terms of self-help, there are very few things that are quite as effective as changing your life as journaling. Now, there's lots and lots of therapies out there, and I've had some amazing therapies and healings and all sorts of things. But the thing that has saved my life is journaling. So the very act of putting pen to paper has released lots of tension, and it lets those subconscious thoughts flow. And then when we reflect, that's where the magic is. We get to make sense, see patterns, pictures, ways through our problems onto solutions. We get ideas and inspiration. And the biggest thing for me is the healing. So when you combine journaling and reflective writing, you're going to see life very differently. You're going to get a very different perspective on life. And it's the insights. And if you choose, when you've seen the insights, you can make some great changes in your life based on what it is that you learn. So journaling, for me, helps me to create positive habits in my life. And everything, for me, everything kind of revolves around journaling. So when I've written it in my journal, I kind of know what to do. My journal tells me what to do. And it's a bit like having a decluttering habit. It's, declutter this, put it into the journal, and then I can get on with my life. So I think journaling has helped me to change my mindset. I notice where I'm holding on to things that I no longer need. And so it's journaling is a core habit. I think at the heart of journaling is this ability to be able to express myself, to get stuff out in whatever way I need to. But it also, journaling forces you to examine and understand your world, the world, the inner world and the world around you. And it invites you to see what your role in the world is. And I think this examination or re-examination of yourself is really, really powerful and can have very far-reaching consequences. Because let's face it, when you see it written down and you start to learn a lot more about yourself, you will make big changes. You're going to make lots of little baby incremental ones, but you're going to make big, big changes. So our journal is a written record of our thoughts, our feelings, our experiences, observations on life. You can write daily or when the urge takes you. And it's a really, really cathartic way of getting lots and lots of stuff out in private. Now, often we do get plagued by all kinds of stuff, so getting it out on paper is perfect. And I often write it on paper, take it to the fire, and burn it to let all that stuff go. So the biggest question is, why? We have to have a big enough why to continue journaling. So for me, I want to make meaning and I want to change my life and I want to have that all-important inner peace and contentment. So that's what journaling gives me. It gives me an opportunity to examine my life and then to make changes. And the reflective part lets me go back and read about stuff that I had in my head, but it also gives me that opportunity to become an observer of my life. Sometimes I cringe, I really do cringe when I read the stuff I've written. But then, on reflection, I get so much out of it. So the question is how to journal. You need a pen and paper. You need to find the right environment and the desire to let go and write. So for day 1, I think it's about going back to that journal and scribbling down your thoughts and feelings about journaling. Notice where your resistance is. So are you looking forward to this experience, or are you going, I'm not really quite sure yet? So what do you hope to get out of this journaling experience? What are your hopes? So remember, there's no rules. You've got to find your way. And when you find your big enough why and your way, you'll stick at it. So do come into the Soul Writers Lounge and share your thoughts.